Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar with a pick a card reading for you with some October love predictions or forecast, tarot oracle forecast. This was a request and I thought it might be fun. I don't think I've done a love prediction for a month in quite some time, so like a very long time I think. So I thought this might be an interesting thing to add to October. October, as many of you might have watched the main prediction, it's going to be a little bit messy astrologically. But yeah, we'll see. Some of you might have some X's come back, of course, with Mercury retrograde. Mars is retrograde too, so again, that can show up with X's returning back as well, especially if it's retrograde in like the 5th, for instance, in your 5th house, I mean. But yeah, and the Mercury retrograde in the 5th too, I think could really, or touching anything that's in the 5th house. Oh, there could be a lot of different ways that could manifest, but yeah. So, anyways, generally, or in the person's chart too, because it can really go either way. Anyways, hold on, let me try this again. Hey everyone, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar with an October love prediction. This was a request, and I can't remember who requested it. I forgot to take a screenshot, but I remember that it was requested, and thank you for the request if you're watching. And yeah, I thought that it would be fun to do a love prediction, just as we haven't done one in such a long time. So I do really hope that this reading gives you some insight into your October 2020 in terms of love. And yeah, we have 4 piles, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what else did I want to say? Well, as many of you watched like my main prediction video, and if not, you can go look it up. I did an October regular predictions. And we do know that like astrologically, it's going to be a bit of a rough month. We have some good stuff, but we have some negative stuff too. We have Mercury going retrograde. Not always a bad thing though, especially if it's you know, making it trine or sextile to your planets. But you know, it does tend to, and we already have Mars retrograde, which will be retrograde all through the month of October. Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th. So, and it's going to go from Scorpio to Libra, so look to those areas of your chart, and of course opposing, squaring, sextile, trining signs and points there. But yeah, I do wish you all the very best in October 2020, and I hope that, you know, the things that you're looking for come to you, okay? So, let's get started. Hello everyone, if you chose pile number 1 with the rose quartz, this is your reading. So let us find out what's happening for you in terms of love in October 2020. So what can you expect? Well, we do have ask and receive. So it does seem like your angels are letting you know that what you ask for, you will receive. Now, that doesn't guarantee that you'll receive it in October, of course. Some of you might just be really working and manifesting, you know, that goal relationship that you are hoping for to come into your life. For others of you, though, it might be manifesting a more smoother relationship with your partner. But again, the message here from your angels is to ask so that you can receive. So again, apply that to your life, how it resonates in terms of love. You know, don't be shy to reach out and ask or manifest, you know, to manifest that, either that ideal relationship that you would like to have with your current partner, your crush, or maybe, you know, somebody new. So that's the energy definitely there overall, essentially. And that was kind of the guidance I was looking for you guys in terms of October. So, and with the retrogrades, I will say that for many, it is a good time to kind of withdraw a bit. It's not always the best time to be out there and active necessarily. And that's not to say that you shouldn't date or you shouldn't try to talk to somebody. Not at all. It's a good time for fixing too, by the way. Fixing communication issues with Mercury retrograde, and all that kind of stuff. We also have well-being. So essentially, one thing I am getting here is that for many of you, there will be a focus on your own well-being. And that's just including like probably how you feel if you're in a relationship, how you feel, how your partner feels. And again, trying to find harmony within the relationship. Now, for those of you that are single, it could be that you are essentially really working on your own well-being in terms of love. So some of you might be doing some healing at this time, or, you know, just a lot of spiritual work as well. Perhaps you guys are preparing. We also have doctor, okay? So for some of you, of course, there could be a doctor involved in your love life, but for others of you where that's not, you know, really, you know, probably the case, we do have, again, that kind of idea of healing. Some of you might even be going to therapy or doing other spiritual therapeutic type of practices like meditation or, Reiki or, whatever that may be. Some of you as well, I do feel, are looking for somebody that is supportive and kind. And I mean, I guess you could say everybody's looking for that, no doubt, right? But I don't know. I just feel like a lot of you are really trying to call in somebody who, not a fixer of your life, but somebody that can be sympathetic and caring. Okay, anyways, we have the second house and the 11th house, as well as engagement. Now, I'll get into the tarot cards in a second here. So with engagement, it says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Now, that may be what some of you are trying to manifest in the month of October, manifesting a connection going further than it already is, for instance, or you're manifesting that certain special person. For some of you that are in relationships, though, you might see your engagement increase, or your level of commitment increasing. We have the second house and 11th house, as I mentioned. So for some of you, well, I could see that for some of you, you are perhaps wanting to meet a specific person. Maybe you meet someone online and you want to arrange like an in-person meeting. So some of you might be dating online or something and then meeting up in person, kind of getting to know people. And then, let's see here. I get to use my friend's deck. I just got it, so I'm excited. But I do see it also like a focus on, wow, how'd this get in there? 1 second. A focus on the community around you, perhaps friendships. For some of you, there will be talks about, perhaps finances with a partner, for instance, if you're already in a relationship. So what is coming? So we have the Two of Cups, harmonious partnerships. Whew, there we go. Sorry. Ooh, I do really get the sense that some of you might be at a distance from somebody. Possibly. Some of you might be in also in no contact situations, of course. For those of you in no contact situations, there could be this idea of, do I contact them? Are they going to contact me? Do I wait? Do I make the first contact? Again, it does seem like for some of you with this Hermit card, there could be a little bit of a withdrawal. That could be if you've already been in a withdrawal from somebody and you're not really talking to them. I would say that there's sort of this idea, there's a lot of thoughts about reaching out. For some of you, actually might have some communication coming from somebody who did pull away at one point. Okay, so you might, for some of you, there might be a consideration of an ex that kind of comes back into your life in the month of October, I have to say. With the Two of Cups, so I feel like for a lot of you that are in harmonious like partnerships, I would say that generally the energy looks very good. Some of you might be spending a little bit of time apart. Maybe you guys are both working a lot, or there's with the Hermit, usually that does imply it could be a lot of spiritual internal growth too. It's like everything's going good in terms of love, and then you're on the side also doing some spiritual work, and some spiritual discovery. And with the Two of Wands, perhaps thinking about the future. Now, when I say thinking about the future, it doesn't mean like ending it. For instance, if your relationship is good, I would say that this is all good. You know what I mean? For those of you, like I would say, that are in separation, again, there could be some kind of contact here in October that does give you like some kind of reason to pause and consider, about what to do next. I'd also get like the sense I said that some of you are at long distance. At a long distance from your person or the person on your mind. So your crush may live far away. What else is coming in love? So we have the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what else is coming. And left for those that chose pile number 1. Yeah, some of you may be quite focused on work, and yeah, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so again, some of you may work or have worked with this person in the past. Like maybe you have someone on your mind that you have worked with in the past or you currently work with. Again, for some of you, this might be the focusing on your work. Perhaps you guys are saving up for something as well. Maybe for those of you at a distance, you might be trying to like get your stuff together so that when like, you know, things move forward a bit, especially with travel. I know travel is such a difficult thing at this time. So a lot of people aren't able to do it as much as they want to. Some of you might be doing that, you know, like trying to focus on work and occupy yourself a bit too. And again, for those of you that are in partnerships, I do see like everything running very smoothly in terms of that. Could be some jokes, some fun times, some excitement. Maybe for some of you that are in partnerships, you might have like a little road trip or something as well. Some of you might be hearing back from like an old coworker, possibly, as well. Like maybe someone you worked with from before. Again, I really do feel like I do get the sense here that many of you will be receiving some kind of communication in the month of October from somebody that makes you think. Like I said, for some it's going to be probably a coworker, some it's going to be an ex, it could be both, a combo of both for some too, for those that are single anyways, or in a situationship. We have the 8 of Swords. What does the 8 of Swords mean for this pile? We have the Chariot. Okay, so I see some forward movement. So where something was once stuck, I do see like opportunities for movement, okay? And we had that 10 of Swords kind of pop out there. So again, if there was a painful ending in the past of somebody, it very well could be that this person kind of comes back. For some of you may still be holding on to a little bit of a grudge here. I do see, because look at this. She's kind of holding it behind her back, and Chandler's got the flowers. So it could be that there's a little bit of a hidden pain still in regards to the situation that happened before. So that's why too, with that 2 of Wands, for those of you who do get communication from someone from the past, you might be like, I don't know if I should like really deal with this, or should I go there again? You know what I mean? Okay, so so again, I think that everyone will make a bit of a different decision depending, but you know, watching this. But we do have that 8 of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Chariot, which does indicate to me that you are moving out of fear in terms of your relation, especially if you guys have been having a troubled relationship of any kind. I see perhaps, you know, some hope to move forward in general, you know, together, without, not together, you know, it just depends, like I said, with the general reading. But I think this is a pile that can really expect some kind of X to be returning. And again, a focus on finances, on your well-being. For some of you, like I said, this will be finances with a partner. And with the Doctor here, too, it could be that you find some, you know, amiable, like, conversations in general. For some of you with relationships, there are healing conversations, you know, conversations that sort of perhaps heal what's gone on between the 2 of you, or, you know, that's kind of put a rift in some ways, you know, depending if that's been the case. Okay, so let me see. I was thinking about whether I would take some charms or not. I might take a few, actually. Okay, I'm just going to take a few here. So we have, okay, let's see. We have Virgo, and we have a ribbon that says hope. So for a lot of you, you still have hope in a connection, or someone still has hope in your connection. We have the Sun as well, which does remind me of like happiness and, you know, hope for a happy ending. And we have Capricorn as well. So for some of you, this could be a Capricorn. We have, of course, with the Capricorn, the 10th house as well. So there could be something about reputation, career, bosses, things of that nature. Again, there could be a focus on work for some of you and your goals in life. We have good vibes. So we have a sprinkle of good vibes coming in. And then we have You Are My Sunshine. I love it with the sun. So happiness. Like a lot of you, like I said, that are in partnerships, I do feel like a very strong vibe. And I mean a strong good vibe, you know. And it says to do, drink tea, make shit, pet animals, and die. So sarcasm, funny moments between you and maybe somebody that you enjoy being around. As well, this can indicate that you're very busy. For a lot of you, there might be a focus on work type of things. And we have Nala. So Nala from Simba. So again, she's a friend of Simba who becomes more. So for some of you, there might be friendship to more. And that makes sense with that 11th house card that came out as well. And we have BFFs. So again, for some of you, you guys are crushing on a friend, or there's something to do. Maybe you and your partner are best friends in some way, obviously. I think that's probably a good thing for a partner. And then we have, of course, the mermaid. So the mermaid, to me, can represent, seduction, okay? Attraction, and a little bit of magic as well. Sometimes it can also be a bit elusive or hidden. So if some of you have been like ghosted by somebody, they disappear, they might pop back up again. That idea of, a mermaid popping up unexpectedly and then you lose sight of them again. Do remember that when Mercury retrograde happens, and this is not always the case. I wouldn't say that this is a rule. I think it kind of gets thrown out there more than it needs to. Like it kind of became like a big trendy thing to say, but Mercury retrograde, exes coming from the past never last. Maybe, maybe not. It's not 100%, and it would depend on how the retrograde's treating you anyways, and the person that comes back in. So I would hate to label, to put the, the crucifix in the ground on anybody's ex coming back based off of that. But anyways, we have the elephant as well. And the elephant here does have a broken leg. So again, there might be a familial type of very close knit bond. Maybe that's a little bit damaged, but there's still loyalty there. Maybe on your end, on their end, in general, okay? So I think I'll just stop there. Maybe I'll just grab a few letters. Let's just grab a few. I won't go crazy on them. We'll just take that. Well, shoot. We almost had love. I don't think we have anything with that. Let's take a few more. That's unfair. We'll get these ones. Okay, so we have... Okay, now we have... Well, now we have love. And I didn't look, by the way. I didn't cheat, I promise. We have love. We have... Bowl. Interesting. We have boar. Oops. Let's see, we have brow. We have few. We have Rob. So some of you might have maybe Robert. We have, let's see, Low as well. Anyways, I'll just stop there. And if you guys see any initials or something that pop out, I know I didn't take as many as I usually do, so we probably don't have nearly as many initials or words in here that we normally would, but maybe you guys will see something in there that, calls out to you. But I'm wishing you all the very, very best for October 2020, and in terms of love, I hope everything goes your way, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all in the next reading. Oh, and if you want a personal reading, all the information is down below, okay? Take care. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 2 with this opalite, this is your October 2020 love prediction. So let's get in and get started. So we first of all are going to start off with some angel guidance. And it says, take charge and action. Woo. So, taking charge and action is probably going to be vital in the month of October. Now, with the astrological energy, maybe some of you are having an easier time with Mercury retrograde or Mars retrograde, because you have to remember that although it can cause sort of sort of like a haze over society in general, because many people have it affecting them, so therefore in turn it tends to affect you. That's not all. It doesn't always mean that Mercury retrograde, sometimes there's times where it won't be hitting really anything in your chart, and maybe some of you are experiencing that, where you're just getting sextiles and trines or something from it. But anyways, we do have this energy to take charge and take action. We also have compassion here with the globe. For some of you, there might be some distance here in a relationship or in a connection on your mind, because we do have the world, of course, that kind of, is drawing my eyes in again. For some of you, might be really preoccupied with compassion for the world. I know that we're going to be having elections soon, and it is like kind of a crazy time in this world in general right now. There's so many different things. This whole year has been kind of wild. So for some of you, there may be a focus on compassion for the world in general. Maybe your mind's elsewhere. For some of you, don't take it if it doesn't resonate. We also have falseness, okay? So with falseness, we have this cute kitty, and this card always throws me off a little bit. I know here in French it says it looks like hypocrite or something. So I am wondering if you might be dealing with that in your life. Maybe some of you are dealing with somebody who's a bit two-faced or something, or maybe somebody who's not really just sticking around properly. It might be they say one thing, they do another. And I would always advise you in that case, if that is something that you're going through, have compassion for your own self, and step away from that kind of energy, because it's really not going to be healthy for you in the long term to hold on to such connections. I'm not bossing you around or anything like that. I'm just giving my own little 2 cents here, I guess, for your best interest. But with falseness too, this could be about yourself sometimes. How can we be hypocrites? Well, we can be hypocrites by not doing what we say we do, or not, giving advice and then not following it. So if you're telling your friends, oh yeah, contact him, do this, do that, and then you don't do it yourself for your own situation, that's kind of being a bit of a hypocrite. And I know that's kind of a rough word to hear or say, because usually when we do use that word, it's usually for more negative situations than that. But again, make sure that your actions and are aligning with what you say and what you think. Okay, in terms of love. Now, like I said, so again, if you're giving other people advice in relationships, make sure that you're following that own advice in your own pursuits of love, and whether you're in a relationship or single. Okay. Now, we also have Pluto here and playfulness. So, with playfulness, it says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So, there is this idea that you need to be more active in love, more playful, more flirtatious. This might be about meeting new people. With falseness, too, it could be that you just sort of are being a bit protective at this time. For some of you, that might be a bit of a front, okay? Because with Pluto, well, it is a planet of transformation, but can be also quite a quiet planet, withdrawn at times. And again, there could be a lot of intense feelings, but not always showing it. It's kind of brewing under the surface. You know what I'm saying? So for some of you, maybe there's a need to come out a little bit more towards, the person that, if you like someone or you have a crush on someone, it might be, don't just sit there and, oogly eye them from far away, but actually get out there and try to talk to them, because for some of you, there might be a message here that this person doesn't really know how you feel, or they're not picking up on the cues, because maybe you have like sort of this false image in their eyes, where they're not really seeing your true feelings. Okay, so I get to use my friends deck, guys. There's a friends deck. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I have the link down below in the description box, like an affiliate link, so if you are interested in this deck, it's down there. Okay, spirit guide and angels, pile number 2 for love in October 2020. What can pile number 2 expect in October 2020 in terms of love? What's coming in love in October 2020? Ooh, we have some stubborn cards, huh? Oh, there we go. We got one. Five of Pentacles will act for pennies. Oh, poor Joey. So with the Five of Pentacles, there could be a little bit of, ooh, okay, so for some of you, walking away from situations or relationships that did not make you feel good. I have some other things to say, but I'll get into it. Seven of Swords. And Death. Yeah, I do feel like a lot of you might be cutting your losses with a particular person or situation. I think there's going to be a decent portion of you guys doing that. So I will say that, yeah, that's probably for quite a few of you, because we have like a strong message here of getting rid of the people that are false right here with the Seven of Swords, the ones that are deceitful, the ones that don't make you feel good, the ones that don't, you know, and I see it for a lot of you here with this Eight of Cups. We have Phoebe kind of walking forward towards the moon, going on her path and leaving this behind. At one point, you know, these cups are full and made her happy, but then she's starting to kind of go towards what she knows she needs to do. And for some of you, this might come as an internal feeling of knowing that you finally need to just let this go. And for those of you where you've been hanging on for a while, I really do feel some progress in terms of moving on. So if you've had trouble moving on from an old connection and you kind of keep waiting for it to come around again, I think you guys will just, you know, have cut the cords a bit and moved on. Some of you may even ghost somebody yourself in the month of October. Just saying. And with the Five of Pentacles, I do get the sense of, like, make sure that you're not as well, like I said, and this kind of goes back to the falseness thing when you're giving people advice but not taking it yourself, for instance. That might be the case here with the Five of Pentacles. Maybe you've been putting up with something that you would never, and that's the thing too, even if you haven't been doing that, you might be, okay, imagine if, you know, in a love situation you're in now, okay, for some of you that are in one that's a little bit like this, you know, a little bit, you know, perhaps like deceptive or ghosty or whatever. If your friends were going through that, your best friend, what would you tell them to do? Would you say, you know what I mean? What would you do? What would you tell somebody else to do it? So that's always something to think about. Well, how would you want that? You know, what would you want them to do in such a situation? And then think about it and apply it to yourself as well. And I think that's always a healthy way to look at things, to make sure that you're putting up with healthy behaviors. So what's coming in love for those that chose pile number 2, Spirit? The Hermit. So this can be a little bit of a period of reflection at this time, of inner compassion, of inner growth, of getting in tune with yourself and what you really want. For some of you, this might be on the outside looking in. So again, like for those of you that are maybe not in anything bad, but you have a crush on someone, it might be about taking that chance, you know, coming out of the shadows and taking that chance to say hello or to make a move. And for some of you, you might find that somebody else is saying hello to you as well, by the way, with the Fool here. It could be that somebody new comes into your life as a friend, perhaps, or something like that. We have the Two of Swords. I do want to say, too, that for some of you, there might be this person coming in into your life. But if you're not moving on from the previous thing, or you're kind of holding on to it, for some of you, you may not see this person come in. Like a new opportunity in terms of love. Yeah, with the Devil, though, and his Two of Swords, I do get the sense that some of you might just cut someone out or start ignoring them. You might have an ignoring, like, a phase or something where you're just kind of like, I don't want to hear it. And you might even, like I said, some of you are going to be ghosting somebody else. And maybe it's an attempt to move on. Joey looks so cute here as a devil, doesn't he? How you doing? Oh, I love it. Okay, so let's see here. That's really what I'm getting here in terms of tarot, what is kind of coming out. I don't want to like push it too far because I know it's a general reading and I would hate to lose you guys in too many details, because I know that it's, I don't know, I just feel like it's better to be more, you know, concise, but try to keep it broad as well. So yeah, I do see that some of you might be like popping out here and there. I do feel like a lot of you though with that Fool. Let's just see. Is anybody new coming in love for those that chose pile number 2? New love. Yep, there is an opportunity for a lot of you guys too. So don't take heart. We have the Tower too, an unexpected perhaps opportunity or chance meeting or something like that. Let's see here. The Lovers, yeah. Woo! Some of you might actually have a pretty good time. I do want to say, those of you in relationships, I do feel like if you guys fight, you'll make up. I want to say that you guys are stable. Don't worry. If you guys have a little bit of an explosion, you'll work it out. But for others of you, I do feel like that there is an opportunity here, perhaps a shocking one, that could end up in a romantic relationship for a good portion of you. As well. Again, remember, if you are hanging on to someone from the past, and that's not everyone, by the way, it's not everyone, but for those of you that are, it might be like, okay, start moving forward, you know, towards the things that you do want. So again, with that Ace of Pentacles too, you have to remember to take that opportunity, you know, and grab it. So you might need to kind of act a little bit in order to get that. So let's get some charms for you guys and some letters. Okay, so I see a spark here with this match. So a spark of passion, perhaps coming in for a good portion of you. We also have the butterfly too, which does remind me of Pluto a bit. Transformation and changing. So again, some of you might be finally making that, you know, move on. And we have service award, 2 years. So very interesting. That might mean something to somebody. We have also a little purse here. Some of you might be doing some shopping. Maybe you guys are trying to get yourself, you know, something new. In general, maybe you want to look nice. Maybe some of you are getting a new outfit for a date or something like that. Again, for some of you, might meet someone while you're shopping. Okay, or spending money in some way or buying something. We have live your dream as well. So some of you might be focused on your dreams. And we have you can survive anything. And we have a cactus here. So remember, you can survive anything. Any type of pain, you can make it, okay? And it says never, never give up as well. I will. Right? And it was that take charge and action. I will, and I will do it, right? And not just say you do it, but you do it. Okay? And it says you are always in my heart. And who rescued who? Okay, so some of you might have that dynamic in your relationship. Who rescued who? One of those type of dynamics. And then we have, it says, don't look back. That's not where you're going. So again, moving on from the past, moving forward towards a better future, you know, no matter what, you know, no matter what kind of relationship you have. And we have a fairy. So some of you might be actually really extra focused on beauty in the month of October. Maybe you guys are redoing something like makeup or new hairstyle. And even if you're, you know, not into makeup, of course, you know, it doesn't have to, I'm just giving random examples, but again, you might be feeling a little bit more spry and pretty. And we have as well this key with this does talk to me of like soulmate connections, and we have 2 of them. So some of you might be dealing with a soulmate connection or about to come into one. Okay, so for those of you in relationships, likely that you're already in a soul connection and you can get over anything. So if you guys are having some arguments, and that's possible here with Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde, okay? It's possible that there will be arguments that arise, but every relationship has arguments. Let me tell you, I've been married 17 years. And I won't lie, there are phases where, you know, it feels like you can't stand each other. Just to assure you guys, newer connections, you know. Okay, so we have L-I-A-O-W. Let's see. Well, we have like so many L's, it's not even funny. I decided to kind of take them with the charms today. So we have we have low. We have slow. Some of you might. We have slow. Maybe someone's taken like their sweet time. So we also have grow if we use this blank tile too. So slow grow. So maybe you guys are having a slow growing relationship. Things are slowly growing. Okay. We have as well. Let's see. We have ran. So maybe someone's ran in the past, or that could have something to do with running. We have a lot of L's. So we have will. So again, I will coming out, that confirmation of I will do what I say, you know, or maybe someone will do what they said they would do again too as well. We also have sly, so sneaky energy. Maybe sly people need to go for some of you. And we have sorry. So someone might be coming back and saying sorry, or maybe there's the energy of saying sorry to each other, you know, kissing and making up, you know, when you do have a fight or when things go wrong. We also have nail. Maybe some of you are going to get your nails done. Yeah, we have quite a few. Oh, we also have an R here, sorry. Let's see. We have raw. So some of you might get some raw feelings, raw confessions, raw stuff, you know, coming out. Oh, did we not have a blank tile? I thought we did. Whoopsie. I just made one up then. Okay. I think I should just stop. I'll go ahead and stop there, guys. And if you see any, like, you know, letters or something that makes sense to you, of course, let me know in the comments below. I love when you guys do that. And I wish you all the very, very best in your connections in the month of October. I hope everything comes, you know, to you that you need at this time, you know, that's in your best interest. And if you want a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. So, you know, you can find me you can find out how to do that there. But yeah, like I said, wishing you a very good October. Lots of love. Take care, guys. Hey guys, if you chose pile number 3 with this rainbow moonstone, this is your October love 2020 prediction. So let's try to find out what's going on for you guys. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start with an angel message first of all. And of course, like many different people are watching, this is a general reading, so it's not really focused on singles or couples. So I might be referring to different types of relationships throughout the reading. So, you know, just take what resonates, okay? We have angelic protection. So first of all, there is a message from your angels that you are protected throughout the month of October. So for instance, some of you who are scared of exes coming back during Mercury retrograde, there could be the message that you are protected from those that wish you harm. For those of you that have had difficult relationships, in particular, especially like maybe abusive relationships, and maybe you've been feeling triggered or worrying about them, remember you have angelic protection. You can call on your angels at any time to help you, you know, in terms of keeping you protected from people. We also have release your ex. So again, for some of you, I do really get the sense that you're moving on. This is a good portion of people moving on from old connections. We also have forgiveness. So forgiveness implies to me that you are finding forgiveness for others and for yourself. And we have despair in the 9th house. I do feel like a lot of you are healing from a previous relationship, to be honest. Okay, so I feel like if a lot of you are not resonating with that message, I would definitely double check another pile. Use a number generator. That's what I often do too, to make sure, you know, to kind of confirm my intuition. So some of you, that might help if you feel like this is not your pile. I do really see opportunities coming for a lot of you. Some of you might be dealing with like long distance connections that you're letting go of. Maybe you guys grew apart for some of you. For others of you, there could be like a literal international distance here with the 9th house showing up. It's also about seeking what you really want, right? It's about adventure. So some of you might be starting kind of that new adventure and moving on. Again, for those of you that have been hanging on to someone from the past, I would definitely encourage you by letting you know that October is a month where you probably will find a lot of inner healing within you in terms of old relationships in particular. We have the star again, an indicator of healing time, of fresh starts, of fresh new beginnings, and we have the Hermit. So again, this idea that perhaps a lot of you will be kind of going more within and taking care of yourself, your own spiritual needs in particular. A lot of you might be sort of reassessing and manifesting in your life the things that you want to have come into them. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. So what would make you the most happiest? We have Joey here clutching an Oscar, so we know that never happened. I don't think in the series. So it does tell me that, again, there might be this reflection on what you really want to achieve in your life. Some of you might be thinking about the future in terms of work, what's ahead of you in terms of work as well. Maybe some of you are focusing on your own financial health and wealth, or your studies, for instance, too. Making sure that your studies are going well, that you're getting the things that you need. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. So again, there might be some focus on increasing your money at this time. Some of you might feel like you know that's what you're moving on from, is like something you missed out on, or for some of you, honestly, the Five of Pentacles can indicate like rejection, feeling rejected. So if there was a situation maybe where you put yourself out to someone and they rejected you, you're healing from that, okay? And looking for perhaps someone better. I feel like for a lot of you, especially you have someone around who's, you know, there for you. We've got Joey casually holding all those bags. So I like that progression too, because that 5 to 6 of Pentacles, really, and with Joey, it's like a very supportive role here that he's playing, right? Holding all those bags. So I feel like you guys are moving on from, you know, energies that were not fulfilling, that didn't really help you feel better about yourself, especially for those of you that were rejected or left with very little in terms of interaction or something. I see that you guys are focusing on better energy coming in. So the Tower came out again. So let's see here. Clarify this Tower card. Yep. Look at that. We have unexpected, you know, well, destructive endings that are being moved on from, inner pieces being found. I do feel like a lot of you are going through some transition period in terms of relationships or something, or your love life in general. I do feel like you guys are going up into a better place, obviously. Better energy is coming towards you. Again, like I said, lots of healing in it and everything. Because we've got the Tower, we've got Death, we've got the Star. So again, a lot of like transitions and healing coming for you guys in the month of October. So I can't say that for most of you. I see a new person. Well, let's look and see. Maybe for some of you. I don't want to say that, but this is kind of like the general energy overall. So that's not to say that you wouldn't have somebody new coming into your life in October, especially if you already have kind of released the ex. Let's just ask Spirit Guides and Angels. Will pile number 3 have any new romantic interest coming into their life in October 2020? New romantic interest. In October 2020, any new romantic interest? Man, stubborn. Yeah, I feel like we're not getting a very clear answer here because we have the Moon as well. So with the Chariot and the Moon, it might be, again, a month of healing and moving forward. I have to say that for the majority of you, I wouldn't see somebody new coming into your life, okay, in the month of October. It feels as if, like, you're maybe doing more emotional work and trying to just move on at this time. That doesn't mean that you wouldn't date or something like that, but it seems like not much is clear. Again, it might be the energy, and you saw how long it took for the cards to shuffle out. It was kind of like I was forcing them in a way to do it. So again, it's like, don't push it. You know, there are a lot of you here, so I would not take, you know, anything I say in terms of new love coming in too seriously, whether it is or isn't, you know what I mean? Just for the fact that, like I said, it might be that there are quite a number of you watching, and it would be unfair to sort of, you know, either get your hopes up or down, depending. I'm just kind of trying to gauge the general energy here. And you're always free to pick more than one pile, by the way. If you feel drawn to another pile, you can always look at another one, too. Because there could be dual messages, you know, going for you. But I do see, like I said, kind of this energy of letting go of the past, of finding forgiveness for yourself, for the other person, moving out of despair, and again, being protected from negative situations in love, okay? So let's get some charms. Okay. Oops. So we've got grandmas are great. So this could be a message from a past grandmother, or maybe there's just a mention to call your grandma. That is alive, okay? So that's my great grandmother's pin right there. And we also have always with a heart. We have a kitty cat. So kitty cats are very independent, I always think of. And this one looks like it's like kind of like looking out the window and seeing what's coming, you know? So it might be a little bit of a period of waiting. I don't know. I never interpreted it like that before, but I feel like it today. We also have this Aquarius card. Charm, sorry. And Leo. So we have Aquarius and Leo. And by the way, I want to say that for those of you, I should have said this in the beginning. For those of you that are in a relationship, though, it might be that you are, you know, fixing your relationship as well. And I probably everyone that's in a relationship clicked the heck out already. Okay, we have the Pegasus. We have the Elephant. 0. Don't look back in the past. Again, this moving on. We have a turning a new leaf charm here. So the leaf, kind of a new leaf turning over. We have 0, so there might be a focus on friendship at this time, pets, friends, and stuff like that. We also have 2 mermaids. We have the Little Mermaid as well, Ariel. So it might be, you know, focusing on yourself in general. I think Ariel, out of all the princesses, seems to be a little bit more. She definitely is focused on herself in general and what she wants. So very confident and knows what she wants. We actually have 3 mermaids. Wow. Okay, so lots of mermaid energy coming through here. Which, that could be, you know, something that you really are drawn to, mermaids, for instance. But for others of you, I often think with mermaids like elusiveness. This can deal with like ghosting type situations, because I think of them as, and there's also seductresses and stuff like that, you know, kind of like a seductive nature to mermaids. So again, there could be that. Watching somebody from afar, for instance, as well. With Leo and Aquarius, as I mentioned, those are actually opposing signs, right? So they are about balance. You know, Aquarius has traits that Leo needs. Leo has traits that Aquarius needs. You know what I mean? And in fact, actually, I am a Leo rising, so I have Aquarius on my descendant, and my husband is an Aquarius, so his sun conjuncts my descendant. So for some of you, maybe there's some signs there, but again, opposing signs and balance, essentially, is what I think could come out of that, you know, very well. And with the Pegasus, of course, like taking flight, magic, those are things that I associate. Freedom, perhaps, as well. Hope, as well. And then we have, of course, a little elephant, too. So for some of you, there might be some family, focus on family, on community. And there's loyalty. I think elephants as very loyal. Okay, so let's get you guys some letters. Let us see. Oh, we have hog right here. We also have hot. Okay, let's see here. We have... We have hit. We also have hen. Isabel, hen party. Maybe some of you are going to go to a hen party. Isn't that like a a term for like a bachelorette party? Right? Isn't it, right? I never had one of those. Sad. Big. So we've got like a lot of little words here. We have tin and big, hot, hen. We have Ben. So some of you might be, we have Ben. We also have beg as well. So maybe where some of you felt like you were begging in the past, you're kind of over that now. You know, if you felt like ever, like you were kind of begging for someone's attention or trying to get it, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm not like doing that anymore, like whatever, you know. We also have night as well with a T, so N-I-T-E. I'm not gonna really, I don't think I'll focus on names this time. I don't really see any that pop out to me. We have a lot of I's, like I. Again, that could be focusing on you, that you're focusing on your own self, you know, me, myself, and I. You know, that type of energy, of course, as well. We have 10 as well, 10. And we have 9. So 9 and 10, again, that kind of does talk about progression, okay? So like getting like over something or making progress and getting over something as well. It's also about culminations and stuff like that too. We have Hong. So Hong Kong for some of you maybe. I know Kong's not in here, but you know, the fact that Hong is, it's kind of tie. We have tie, like tie together, something tied together. But anyways, I think I'll go ahead and stop here and let you guys, you know, let me know if you see any letters here or initials or anything that makes sense to you. I always love when you guys let me know. And yeah, I'll just stop here. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful October. Like I said, you're always free to pick another pile too. And I hope that this one, you know, wasn't very disappointing for you or anything like that. I hope it's a you know, a breath of fresh air. It makes you feel better or more optimistic about the future, because I do feel like there's a lot of optimism for the future in terms of love for you. I feel like this month is about progress, inner progress, you know. So take care of yourselves, and if you want a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box, okay? Take care and lots of love. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, if you chose pile number 4 with this Aura Rose Quartz, this is your reading. So let's find out what your October love prediction is, and we'll get started. And so we're going to get started with an angel message first of all. I took one for each pile. It's just sort of maybe an idea of what you should be doing, or what you could expect or something, or what your angels want you to know in general. So we do have signs and reminders. I do feel like a lot of you are going to be seeing lots of synchronicities in the month of October, okay? So again, this could come in the form of birds or butterflies, feathers, numbers, you know. I see, of course, we have rainbows too. And that could be that you guys, I do feel like a lot of you are on the precipice of something great in terms of love. And this could be, of course, like this isn't a singles reading necessarily, it's for anybody, so it's general. And so some of you may find yourself in a relationship at this time, others of you might be single. I didn't really you know, name an agenda when I was, you know, when I was asking Spirit for the cards and to guide me in the reading. So like I said, single, taken, you know, complicated, doesn't really matter. We do have career, okay? So again, there might be a focus on career at this time. Some of you might be more focused on that part of your life in general. And that could be that October is more, you know, focused on that. Maybe some of you are going back to work, or, you know, starting something new, or you're just really focused on, you know, making money and being successful. Or, you know, starting something, launching something, of course. We also have Scorpio. So now Scorpio and Venus I will say that with this, there can be a lot of intense feelings in terms of love. Many of you probably don't settle for less, for sure, and you probably like really intense connections. And we have haughtiness as well. Give your relationship a chance. So for some of you, there might be a transformation in terms of your love life in general, because it says give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. For those of you that where that's relevant, okay, I could see you guys, taking trying to work on your relationship. And honestly, for some of you, especially if those of you that are already in a partnership, I do feel like probably everything's going great for you in terms of your love life, okay? And with signs and reminders, for those of you that are in partnerships, you might be getting little signs and reminders from your partner, or your person that they really do care about you. So it might be like a little note or a, hey, how are you? I'm checking in, that kind of stuff. We have haughtiness. Now, I always think of like, well, being haughty is kind of like thinking you're real cool. So maybe some of you are focused. But when I think of peacocks, I don't necessarily get that vibe. I think of peacocks as proud and beautiful. So a lot of you might be looking pretty good in October. Or maybe you're working on your looks in some way. Actually, you know what? Let's look at this up really, really quickly. I got it. I got it. I'm on it. I have this book right next to my computer. Let me just see what a peacock means. It says, if a peacock shows up, it means you're about to experience a vision that will greatly affect your life and the direction you're going in. More than a time to take action, this is a time to be watchful, observing what goes on inside and around you. You're safe and very well protected, so there's no need to worry. And it's important now to take a risk and speak your truth rather than holding back, as there will be ample opportunities to do so soon. Your dignity and integrity are particularly called for right now, so make it a point to walk your talk, and to hold your head up. So yeah, there can be like this need to kind of be prideful. And in terms of love too, make sure that you're taking pride in your own self, in general. In terms of your relationships, if your intensity isn't being matched, then maybe it's not a good match, but for others of you, it could be again that there's a focus on what you look like and how you present yourself. Okay, it says if peacock is your power animal, you're very showy and flashy and love to display yourself in colorful garb. So some of you might be wanting to do that. Maybe some of you are really trying to come up with a perfect Halloween costume. You're able to access deep inner wisdom, and when asked, readily communicate this knowledge. You carry yourself with a very regal air, exuding confidence and warmth, and you're incredibly lucky, protected at all times, and always seem to be able to avoid any misfortunes. Wow. So that's kind of some good stuff from the peacock, power animal, as a power animal as well. So again, making sure that you're up to, people in your life are living up to your standards, okay? But also that you're not being too picky, of course, as well. So to give your relationship a chance, it might be for some of you that are in non-abusive situations. Please, I'm highlighting that very much so, because I would not want to encourage anything toxic or horrible or mean. But if you, want to work things out, you have a chance probably to do it if you let your pride, kind of slide a little bit, okay? That's just like for some of you that need to hear it. If you don't like that and it doesn't resonate, that's okay. It's not for you then. But we have Scorpio and Venus too. So like I said, it seems like some of you might be kind of eyeing somebody from afar too, by the way. Some of you might have a crush on a coworker. That's very, very possible. Maybe some of you are like secretly in love with your coworker, but you act like you aren't. And with like it said, maybe for some of you, you might have an opportunity to take action, but you actually have to kind of like let your pride go and to do that. And maybe for some of you, that's a little bit scary, to perhaps make a first move. Maybe for some of you, you're used to the other person making the first move, or, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see here. Let's get some tarot. So guess what? We're using the Friends deck. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm really excited here. Those that chose Pile number 4, Spirit. What is coming in your love life in October 2020? The ones that picked this energy. What is coming in this energy? Okay, so yes, we have the Ace of Swords. The opportunity to talk, to communicate. Busting in and saying something. Uh-oh, we have a dropper. Hold on. Oh, we have the Empress. Oh, I feel like a lot of you are going to look really good in the month of October. Maybe you guys are just glowing. Again, there could be a focus on your own stability, your own comfort, taking care of yourself. And again, there could be this energy of like, you know what, I'm sitting here and you have to make sure that maybe for some of you that you're not just sitting there waiting for someone to come sweep you off your feet. Sometimes you got to make that first action, okay? Some of you might get communication though for those of you that are interested in a you know, a feminine type of energy. You might be getting some kind of communication coming from one in particular. Love life in October 2020. Messages for pile number 4. Okay, we've got the moon. Oof, this deck. Still kind of breaking it in a little bit here. I cleansed it, and I've used it a bit, but I've used it in personal readings mostly. Okay, so generally, like I said, I see a lot of feminine energy here. This could be representing you guys or maybe someone in your life, but I do see like passion here. Perhaps like for some of you with the moon, there could be a little bit of quietness. With Scorpio and the moon, I have to say that maybe it seems like there could be a little bit of secret hidden emotion here. So maybe there's this call for you to take action towards it, you know, to act on your feelings, especially if you're looking at somebody. You know, and kind of eyeing them, especially like, look at, we have friends here with the 3 of Cups, so friendships and going out, maybe asking somebody out on a group activity, for instance, or getting to know somebody you like, or making that move on somebody that you like or that you find that you like being around. We have the Knight of Wands, so as well, so pursuing it passionately and taking the action. I see a lot of court cards. We have Justice here too. So let's see. And then we have one that fell down. Justice and Judgment. So for some of you too, I want to say that there could be, okay, we have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this could indicate a deceptive, maybe for some of you if you've been ghosted in the past. And like I said, it does seem like it's coming up quite a bit in these piles. So a lot of you might be getting contact from somebody from the past. If there was a situation for some of you in which somebody was like maybe a little bit less ready than you, or they kind of got busy or kind of got sidetracked, you might be hearing from this person again. There might be a renewal of the connection. For others of you, I do get the sense that balance is able to be had, that I generally see good energy here, I'll be honest. Okay, for those of you in partnership, I see good stuff, okay? I see like intense, passionate connections, a lot of, you know, good times together physically, and generally good energy here. And for those of you, like if you have argued in the past or something, or you kind of have had it a little bit rocky, it might be, you know, October might be a good month to repair things. Again, there might be some kind of talk about the future in terms of marriage for some of you. Like talking about your future together. You know, kind of exploring the options of the future, and what you want to do and how you want to proceed forward with the relationship. But for others of you, like I said, could be some incoming messages. For some of you, might be getting hit on by a friend or asked out by a friend, or you might be out at an event and somebody asks you out. And I don't want to make a prediction on how that will go, but it seems like, I mean, I generally get good vibes here. Even with the moon here, it's about tapping into your intuition. So, and that's the thing too with the wands. The wands are about intuitive action. That's one of the things that like fire is very good at, is taking intuitive actions, that gut feeling, and then they just propel forward, sort of. And so that might be, make sure that you're following that. You when you get that call to do something, you follow it. I was actually just saying that in a personal reading, I think, today, was that, like, you got to follow that gut feeling when you get it. If you feel like going out of your way or stopping at a certain place, follow it. And that's with any manifestation. Anytime you're trying to manifest something in your life, you got to follow the cues. You can't just, like, sit on your sofa and wait for it to come to you. And I know you guys all know that. But again, it's important to kind of listen to those urgings that we do have. For a lot of you, like, I do see, like, maybe a group activity or something where you meet somebody new, and I do feel like those that do meet someone new, I think it can be a pretty balanced, relationship, for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing in terms of the cards. Again, like I said, communication, okay? Lots of communication, perhaps with friends, maybe with somebody new as well. And yeah, intense, passionate connections. Remember, if you are secretly lusting after someone, there might be that need to take some action to get it moving forward. Okay, we're here. We have, let's see, we have never, never give up. So some of you might be holding on to a relationship in general. And like I said, for some of you, like in partnerships or marriages, because we do have Libra and Justice showing up. So some of you might be already in a partnership, like a long-term commitment. Never giving up on each other, right? Staying till the bitter end. We have Taurus here, keeping on, not letting go easily. And we have a heart here with wings. So you might feel a little bit more freeing. And we have Aries too, and Leo. So we have lots of, we have 2 fire signs, and earth and air. And like I said, some of these signs might be relevant. They might just speak of, other things. We have a shell here as well. So maybe, treasuring. I think of shells as like treasures, but I know terracotta often says secrets. I don't necessarily see this one as maybe it could hold a secret, but perhaps. But we also have a leaf here, so it could be turning a new leaf, With the Judgment card too, that's kind of like a new slate, like wiping the slate clean and having a new one as well. We have Hello Kitty. So maybe finding more innocence in the connection. We have 0 as well. So friendship, innocence. We have Sense and Sensibility. So some of you might enjoy Jane Austen. You might enjoy that book in particular. Or maybe there's something about the story that's reflective of your relationship in some way. I love the 95 version. I think it's 95, 94 with Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet. Oh, I love that version. It's so good. I should go watch it right now after I'm done with this. And we also have I Will. So. This also came up in another pile. So again, I will, like following up with action. Some of you might need to take some action, on somebody in particular to make something happen. We have an eagle as well. So this is about freedom, about action as well. This eagle is sort of like in the mode to kind of like swoop down and get something. So maybe you need to take that inspired action to kind of like go for something and trust that you'll get it. And we have the elephant with a broken leg. So this can talk to me, like I said, in a previous pile. This came out again. It's coming out again a lot today. We got like all different zodiac signs kind of, but we got this one, the same. But I do think of like a long-standing connection. Elephants to me remind me of loyalty in general. And then with a broken leg, it's kind of like, well, maybe a little bit broken, but still, workable. Okay, let's get you guys some letters. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to turn them over. We do have style So again, maybe some of you guys are focusing on your style and changing up your style in the month of October, okay? In general, some of you might be like kind of redoing your hair or something like that. Maybe it's like trying to build your confidence in some way or something like that, or just pampering yourself in general. We also have love, so I do see a focus on love. And we have lovely as well. So maybe, again, you want to look lovely, you know, no matter what. We also have, move. So some of you might be talking about moving, the future, that kind of stuff, depending. We also have movie. So some of you might get invited out to a movie. Maybe you'll watch a movie with someone. Maybe there'll be like a group setting with a movie. We also have liar. And we have melt. I get that song, Melt With You. I stop the world and melt with you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, we have a Russian word for elephant, slon. Okay. We have vote. Okay, do your duty and vote November. Okay. We have yo. We actually have yo-yo. So some of you might be like up and down, up and down, up and down. And maybe if it's been like that, like kind of a yo-yo relationship, it kind of balances out a little bit. Okay. And we also have TV. And we had movie as well. So maybe some of you are watching a movie or something with somebody. Maybe more movies are called for. We also have, let's see, we have men. Stove. Some of you might be cooking with someone. Some of you might be talking about married, because we do have married. So some of you might be married or, you know, thinking about getting married, okay? Where's the other R? I swear to God I saw it. Okay, well, maybe you guys are just married. I thought I had 2 R's for some reason. Jeez. I swear to God. My brain. We have tune as well. Tools as well. Fixing things, getting things in balance, that kind of stuff generally. I mean, for those of you in partnerships, I see a good month, to be honest. But for those of you that are maybe single and stuff like that, it might be that you are like meeting someone new for some of you. And again, there might be taking action on a crush that you already have. Okay. Oh, we have Hello Kitty too, so there's some sort of innocence factor here. I'm going to move these off real fast. Oops, there we go. So I just want to come back in here and kind of overview, because I know we had a lot of information kind of coming out with this pile in particular. So remember, signs and reminders. Okay, so you might be saying a lot of synchronicities, a lot of signs. Remember that you can ask to see certain signs to get confirmations if you have questions. And then, like I said, with Scorpio and Venus, there might be a more physical, primal focus on love, you know, in your relationship. Again, there might be some focus on career in general. And then, like I said, give your relationship a chance. For those of you that are in a relationship that's healthy and, you know, balanced, or you want to give someone another chance and they haven't really done anything wrong to you, again, other than maybe they hurt your feelings and it's just a pride issue, you know what I'm saying? Then that's, you know, give them a chance. And then, like I said, with this Ace of Swords and the Empress, the Moon and the Queen of Wands, this might be needing to take direct action towards a connection in general. Asking them out, or, you know, doing some kind of friendly activity with them and getting it moving forward. Taking it more balance. And again, I think that you should always seek more balance in any relationship. You know, you want to make sure that you're giving and taking equally. So, yeah. That is your October love prediction. I hope that it resonates. I hope that you have a wonderful month. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best. I'm already starting to lose my voice. So take care of yourselves, guys. And if you want a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. Okay? Lots of love. Bye-bye.